Oh, yeah, man. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good day. If you're watching this at a different time than when we are recording and streaming live, man, wrestling. That's what we talk here. So we talk like nobody else. And there's been some, interesting takes both on show, off show, on social media. And we're here to dissect and give some takes that you probably don't expect. But that's why this is the first Black Champ podcast. Hey, I'm still the pick. And I watched the Honky Talk Man. Yeah, would have watched them. I saw it in real time. Cam from the port.
And I am Shy McBride. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download, wherever you get your favorite podcast, right here on the Barbershop Network. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at the FBC Pod. Make sure you go ahead and get that merch. See, Camp got on the hoodie, man. Great show prepared for you today. And kicking it off with Daddy's back.
Yeah. Daddy's back.
Daddy's back. Daddy, pause. Daddy is Randy Orton, who is outside of maybe his wife, has never been called daddy on WWE television.
Yeah.
But he wants it to be known that Daddy is back, and Daddy has chosen SmackDown.
That is a fact. That's what he wants to be recognized and understood.
Yeah, Daddy has chosen SmackDown. So we already see where this is headed. The bloodline, or matter of fact, because we haven't did this in quite some time because they ain't really been a factor, kind of, but
yeah.
Yes, Daddy.
Yo.
So before we get into Randy's return and his choosing of SmackDown and what looks like what probably should have happened or we wanted to happen at SummerSlam a couple of years ago. Before he got hurt. What are your thoughts on Randy Orton all of a sudden being daddy?
Yeah, that it's funny, right? Because I thought that was just going to get left on Raw. Pause if necessary. But it's when I think of this whole daddy thing, I think about one. It starts to me with Vince McMahon, Austin Theory, and the promo that, or the segment, I should say, with Austin Theory and Roman Reigns once the allegations finally hit and Vince had to get the F up out of there. And then, and Roman Reigns told Austin Theory, your daddy ain't here no more. It's like, I'm your daddy now. And I was like, oh, wow. It just escalated quickly. So, I don't think it means too much of nothing. I think it's kind of like the inside joke for wrestling, much like the Uzi thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I think it was Jey Uso, his social handle has always been Uzi Juicy, but it wasn't until Sami Zayn said it on SmackDown. It was like, yo, you're not feeling Uzi. Like, what's up? And then all of a sudden it becomes just this thing. So I don't think it means more than that, but it is funny that he's telling grown men that that he their daddy and that he back.
Yeah, I don't want to see no merch with Daddy's back. I don't want to hit Daddy's back next week, the week after, throughout this whole thing. Nah, fam. Like, it's It's unbecoming of Randall Keith Orton, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, when I'm thinking of Randy Orton, I'm not thinking of Daddy's Back. I'm thinking of the 3 most dangerous letters in all of wrestling. I am thinking of the Apex Predator. I am thinking of the Punt. I am thinking of. I'm not thinking of Daddy. Randy,
Fair enough.
let your very beautiful wife call you Daddy. Daddy ain't back. Daddy been at the crib, all right? Randy Orton is back. All right? That's all of that. Like, yo, like let Rhea be mommy.
Yes.
Let somebody else be daddy. You know, what about Big Daddy V? Can we let him keep that? You know?
RP Viscera.
Yeah. It's just, and I don't know, man, but I'm still one of those people that's like, yo, Randy don't supposed to even. I understand Randy was happy to be back. Let me just say, I would have been too when you tell me, yo, it's a chance you might come back. All right? I would be too. But the only Randy I like is the Randy that's heel or skews heel. And saying Daddy's back don't skew heel. It skew BDSM.
Yeah. Lifestyle talk.
That's just me. But being that he is back, he told Jay, hey, I understand what y'all did. Like I said he was gonna say. Like I said, he probably said the ring, look, I did worse, G. So as long as you ain't with them, you good with me. But as soon as you slide back over, RKO.
Yeah.
You know, but he did make his decision. He signed with SmackDown.
Yeah.
He RKO'd Jimmy SoundClick. He RKO'd Nick Aldis too, for good measure.
Yeah, man.
It looks like he's on the collision course with the Bloodline. How do you feel about what you basically can say outside of Seth is the biggest name that Roman Reigns will face during his title reign?
I like it. I like it because, you know, all the talk about the Bloodline storyline and all that being stagnant, like this past summer, or even before that, we were talking about that. Well, not us, but the community, wrestling community, was talking about that going into War Games. The Bloodline storyline has never been this bad. Think about, I don't know, season 5 to 7 of any of your favorite television shows, even the ones I haven't seen. That's why I'm going to leave it up for y'all. Usually around 5 to 7, it's like, yo, what we doing here? We just made too much money now. We doing anything. We're trying anything. You know, obviously, you know, well, look, back in the 90s, I was a big Martin fan. And season 5 was kind of terrible to me. Now, people can be like, oh, but that's because Tisha and Martin weren't, you know, they had their own thing. But I was like, but nah, the writing still could have been better because you still had 4 other castmates for either one of them that the show just could have been better. But it wasn't. They had Mr. T selling houses, haunted houses. Like, that's what they did. So, yo, it was like, fuck out of here. But I like this because I think one thing that is very synonymous with Randy Orton is great storyline and great storytelling, not just in ring, but out ring and build up. And Roman Reigns, I feel, also needs one of those great stories beyond his story for this title reign. You know, even with everything going on, I still say the best storyline is everything him and Jey Uso. But everything else has been virtually, oh, I'm just trying to take the title. Nobody's really tried to take down the bloodline like that. Yeah, you can count Sami Zayn, but he only wanted to take them down because they didn't want him to be family no more. Like, that's really the only thing. Now we really have what we got here, and I'm sorry if it feels like I'm jumping all over the place. What we really have here right now is the angle of Bobby Heenan trying to take down Hulkamania. Like, that's what we got now when we talk about Randy Orton, because Randy Orton is a force within himself. And I'm sure he wants that 15th world title reign. And I'd much rather see him get that off on Randy Orton than Seth Rollins. So I think this is, well, yeah, sorry.
Pause. Yeah.
I mean, hey.
That's crazy.
But him taking Roman Reigns' title over Seth Rollins is more compelling to his story than it is anything else. So I think this is a great move. I'm glad it's happening. I totally be just absent-minded when, like, oh yeah, they gotta sign contracts. Like, 2 new people came back. Whoa. And then they got to sign with Raw or SmackDown. So, but this is the right move. I have no problems with it.
Yeah. I think, when you look at the list of people that Roman Reigns has went against during his title reign, it's John Cena, Brock Lesnar, as far as names go.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about established names before they went against him.
Yeah.
Those are the 2. All right. So it's good to see a name such as Randy Orton not only back, but when Roman gets in the ring with him, it's compelling.
Mm-hmm.
You look him in the eye, and and then plus they have history. They've had history for so long. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, even though Roman Reigns is not losing the belt, it does give you thought to, like, yo, this is a name that we know when they get up in the ring against each other, hey, Roman won't be carrying the show.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because of Randy Orton's health history now, and how methodical Roman Reigns does his matches, it will be interesting to see how this match goes.
Mm-hmm.
And how good it looks. Because this looks like it's going to be a slow match.
Oh, yeah.
And while I don't mind slow matches to build up the storyline, it's just going to be interesting to see, how we see Roman Reigns in the ring now against Randy Orton, how it's going to translate during the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we can expect to see 2 other niggas getting in the ring to help Roman Reigns defeat Randy Orton, which in turn might lead to a return of sorts of John Cena. Because it's like, all right, the OGs now got to team up to get their joints off, to make sure, things are fair and everything, even though Randy Orton is going to lose, which will lead to John Cena going up against Solo at WrestleMania and possibly getting his get back at the Showcase of Immortals. Now, Randy Orton, I think it's a little bit different. Like, after this, what happens with Randy Orton at WrestleMania? I think that would be very interesting because, it still looks like that the story is not over. The story is not finished. So being that the story is not over, it is not finished, then we're going to see Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania 40 in Philly with Cody going over finally. Because I think Roman like, all right, it's time. I'm going to go ahead and take me an extended break. Then I'm going to come back and be a face. Cody's probably going to be a heel. But then you also have, or, and we'll get to this a little bit later, there's now rumors about CM Punk's potential feuds and when it may happen for, him and Roman Reigns, which we'll get into a little bit later. But it's definitely going to be interesting. But let's go to the Royal Rumble in particular, which we already know, like, Royal Rumble is typically the pay-per-view just to have a title match to get through the night and everything. We are in the road of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes, the winner of the Royal Rumble last year, decided to be the first person to announce that he is entering the Royal Rumble, which WWE, hey, I don't have a lot of gripes like everybody do. But my only gripe is that everybody got to announce that they're participating in the Royal Rumble. Like, nigga, we ain't know. Right? It's like you're married. It's like you're married. You went on your honeymoon and you said, I just had sex with my wife last night. Yeah, fam, you should have. We know it, bro. Yeah. You know what I want to get back to, Cam? I don't want people to announce that they're entering the Royal Rumble. No. Yeah. Let's bring back the Royal Rumble Control Center. Yeah. And let whoever is going to be running that control center to announce who have entered the Royal Rumble. Like, I don't need Gunther to tell me that he's entered the Royal Rumble. No, let Caleb Braxton tell me. Like, superstars who've just entered the Royal Rumble. Gunther. LA Knight. Santos Escobar. Alpha Academy. Like, let's do that. Yeah, I don't need nobody being in a promo and be like, hey man, you know what? I just entered my name into the Royal Rumble. Oh, word for real?
That's cool.
I can't believe you did that. Wow. That irritates me. Like that irritates me. But now that we are in the road to Royal Rumble, we're technically in the road to WrestleMania. So, is it a foregone conclusion? I'll say that again. Is it a foregone conclusion that Cody Rhodes is going to win, or are you taking the field?
Oh, I'm definitely taking the field. I see everything y'all saying, you know, with Roman Reigns finishing the story, CM Punk, Randy Orton. I see all of that. And all that means is that Cody Rhodes is not going to be headlining WrestleMania 40 to me. That's what all this means to me. Cool story, bro. Like, all of it looks real cool. And I see the images and the projected card. Y'all just throwing Cody to Roman Reigns like that's what we really want to see right now. And I don't think that's the one. So to go and going just back just a tad here, I got a trilogy between Randy and Roman. I got that ending at WrestleMania. So I got the winner of the Royal Rumble facing Seth Rollins anyway. So that I'm throwing that out there, and that can be, I might reiterate that for my guarantee. I got Roman Reigns and Randy Orton wrestling at the Royal Rumble, wrestling at whatever they're gonna do, Fastlane, Saudi Mania Light, whatever that's gonna happen between February, you know what I'm saying? And then I got them finishing that at WrestleMania.
Is that what you want, or is that what you believe is going to happen?
That's what I want and believe. That's what I want and believe. Because look, December is going to build the entire story. Randy just signed, and now we already in the second week of December. So now Roman Reigns kind of got to just come back, but they not going to wrestle. He going to have to fight Jimmy and Solo. That takes him through the entire December. So that leaves the build-up for the Royal Rumble. And for one reason or another, Randy Orton going to lose. But you don't one-off Randy Orton for the world title. Not Randy Orton. You can one-off Kevin Owens. They didn't one-off Kevin Owens. They gave him like 5 times. So if you're going to give the likes of Kevin Owens and technically Sami Zayn, and you're going to give, I forget now who he's wrestled. Jay Uso got 2 or 3 shots at the title. There's no way you're going to one-off Randy Orton and we're on the road to WrestleMania. That doesn't make sense to me. That just doesn't make sense to use a superstar that way, a legend superstar that way.
I think it's all about the potential matchups for Randy Orton, which is, while I'm more likely to still take the field in the winner of the Royal Rumble, but that don't mean Randy Orton gonna go up against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I still think that they're going to use like Elimination Chamber or some shit like that to determine it. Matter of fact, I know that I normally start my power rankings or my pick for the Royal Rumble right around this time. So my
FBC top
first
10.
yeah, so my first pick, and we still got to do that. But yeah, my first pick of winning the Royal Rumble was CM Punk.
Okay.
That's the first person that I have right now winning, and he's not going to choose Roman Reigns. I think to your point, he's going to be forced to choose Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins is going to continue to ask him, hey, yo, I want you at WrestleMania. I think I think that Cody's going to be top 3. And then it's going to make when he gets thrown out by CM Punk or when he's thrown out by LA Knight, whatever, or Randy Orton, it's like, damn, is this story gonna get finished? It's gonna get finished. It's gonna get finished. The sympathy starts to come. Now people start to wonder, is going to be the sympathy vote here. And then it's going to be, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, probably the most star-studded elimination chamber since like the first one. And Cody's going to come out on top, and then he's going to go up against Roman Reigns. But yeah, I do see the winner of the Royal Rumble challenging Seth. Because Seth is going to get up on his shit unless he loses that belt before then, which I see the transition, Drew McIntyre, right? There's so many ways that you can place Drew McIntyre, this version of Drew McIntyre, who busted his head headbutting Seth Rollins, you know what I'm saying, on Monday, to give what I love to see at WrestleManias, which are grudge matches. I shared that whole thing of what could possibly be the card at WrestleMania. I don't want to see Gunther versus Brock Lesnar for the Intercontinental Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Let me be the first to say that.
Yeah, I saw that book. Go ahead.
Let me be the first to say I don't want to see that at all, right? But this might sound bad from an LA Knight standpoint. I don't want to see LA Knight go up against Logan Paul. And the reason why I say it might sound bad because Logan Paul is the bigger star. And, you got the mega star versus the social media. I don't want to see that shit. I personally would rather see LA Knight go up against Gunther.
Okay.
And I actually, from a spot standpoint, would love to see Randy Orton versus Logan Paul. I would love to see that shit. I would love to see Logan Paul basically talk shit about Randy Orton and how Randy Orton is old and his back is broken and all of that shit. But you are a name and you are the former legend killer. I feel I'm the new legend killer. And everything. I would rather see Logan Paul versus Randy Orton, and in a match that I think that would do better for LA Knight, him versus Gunther for the secondary championships. I do not want to see Brock Lesnar versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. I'll see it without it. I'll watch it without it just because it's two big men bumping meat, pause, and you will get to see, belly to backs, slaps to the chest. It'll be a very stiff pause match. I don't want to see that for the Intercontinental Championship, though. Matter of fact, I'd rather see it at Saudi Mania go on for about 5 minutes, and then we go on about our day. Because I don't want to see Brock Lesnar no more, pretty much.
Man, hey, listen, man. Y'all not going to see that. We told y'all last year. The first Black Champ podcast told y'all like last year, if not the year before. Brock Lesnar is never competing for the Intercontinental Championship in his 40s and almost 50. He has only fought for the World or WWE Heavyweight Championship since 2013. He's never he's never going for the secondary titles. He's never going for the mid-card titles. He hasn't been in the King of the Ring since 05 or whatever that was. He is the epitome of prize fighter in wrestling. No shot to Kevin Owens. But if the main title, if the lead title, if the main event title, if it ain't got world in front of it, Brock Lesnar's not competing for it. So y'all figure out who Gunther gonna drop the belt to so they can get to WrestleMania if that's on your card. That's not happening. I'm not too mad at the LA Knight versus Logan Paul situation, only because even though you don't want to see it, I think it really does help the star power of both. I think you got the two genuinely most popular people in wrestling, period, today.
Before you go on,
that kind of moment.
Before you go on, I just had to make sure of this. Brock Lesnar fought for the Intercontinental Championship once on TV. Or twice, excuse me. At Vengeance, he wrestled Rob Van Dam. And he wrestled Rob Van Dam on an episode of Raw. That's it.
And that's all you gonna get. That's all you gonna get. He's not doing that. He's not doing that. X that shit off your bingo card. X
yeah, that's
off
it.
Of your
like,
dream
wait a minute. Hold on. This is you're right. Even though the Intercontinental Championship matches did happen, I don't believe that Brock Lesnar has wrestled for a tag team championship.
No.
I'm on cagematch.net right now.
Okay.
Outside of OVW, and matter of fact, that's 2002 when he wrestled for the Intercontinental Championship. So this is brand new. Brock Lesnar just came into the WWE.
Yeah. The next big thing.
After that shit, he beat Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
he beat Hulk Hogan for the number one contender match.
And after you beat Hulk Hogan, you're not going back to
I am looking right. Okay. All right. Does this matter right here? In the first round of the WWE Tag Team Title Tournament in 2002, Edge and Rey Mysterio. Hey, let's see if you can guess this. All right, let's get on our trivia question. Because I don't think in your right mind you even guess this. But you might just throw out a motherfucking name. In the first round of the WWE Tag Team Title Tournament in 2002, Edge and Rey Mysterio defeated Brock Lesnar and this wrestler in the Tag Team Title Tournament. Who was that wrestler?
Before you said defeated, I was going to say Kurt Angle. My guess, this might be a wild guess, because I'm trying to think of the time. Chuck Palumbo?
Ooh, I see where you're going here, sir. Tajiri.
Oh, yo. Hey.
In the Tag Team Title Tournament, Brock Lesnar and Tajiri lost to Edge and Rey Mysterio. And that is the only time what I see that Brock Lesnar was even ever involved with the WWE Tag Team titles.
I tried to tell
you. It was a tournament match. It wasn't even a title match. It was a tournament match.
For it. And him and Vince had a conversation after that. He was like, "Yeah, we doing this? We doing this with me? Nah." Hey, listen, bro. I beat The Rock at SummerSlam for the WWF Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. I'm not doing this again. Like y'all be forgetting. Brock in his first year, if not two, he beat Hogan, The Rock. I think he beat Triple H and John Cena, all in 2 years. He's not wrestling for the Intercontinental Championship in 2024. That's never happening. You can get out of here with that. That's never happening. Never.
I'd rather see the megastar go up against Goon. And I'd rather see Randy Orton go up against Logan Paul, because that RKO, oh my God.
Fire.
That RKO he'll give Logan Paul will be so. Yeah. It might rival Seth Rollins.
Yeah, it's a good chance.
It might rival, and I think Logan Paul will want to. And I think Logan Paul will want to take the RKO. I don't want to see that, but where? Speaking of Drew McIntyre and speaking of LA Knight, let's start with Drew McIntyre. Even though he's pissed, mad, and upset that Jey Uso is going to get the World Championship match on Raw on Monday. He beat Seth Rollins' head and made himself bleed in that. And then you have LA Knight, the megastar, who unless I slipped, I don't remember seeing him on SmackDown this week.
No.
He wasn't at Survivor Series in Chicago. So who slips down the card faster? LA Knight or Drew McIntyre?
Oh, it's Drew McIntyre for sure, but he was already slipping. Hey, look, last week on the show, I said nobody needs the feud with CM Punk more than Drew McIntyre. And even though everything about me says that he should super heel out and clean CM Punk up like black parents do on Saturday morning while Anita Baker's playing, it probably won't go that way. But that's what should happen to solidify how much of a heel he is. And in my mind, if CM Punk can spend a year doing exhibition matches in AEW just to make people look good, getting your ass beat by Drew McIntyre is actually an upgrade to me. But, we'll see how it plays out. But no, Drew McIntyre is definitely slipping on the card because he's no longer the sympathy face. We don't care about his story. We don't care how he lost the belt. We forgot. I don't know about y'all. Because I watch a decent amount of wrestling, right? Decent amount. I forgot how he even lost the belt and why, and the whole. I forgot the bloodline thing with him even happened outside of the castle joint. I remember the match, but it was you think we care? You need to cut these promos at the crib because we don't like the people in Los Angeles and Brooklyn and Nova Scotia and Chicago. We don't care. You got to tell that and Belfast. You know what I'm saying? Americans don't care, bro. I'm sorry. I love you, Drew, but Americans don't care that you lost.
But the funniest shit about Drew McIntyre on Monday was not even that he damn near busted his head. Well, he did bust his head butting Seth Rollins. That man came out his kilt, fam.
Yeah.
He was out here wrestling his draws. He reminded me of Ray in Iowa.
Yeah.
What buddy ass kilt go? Did he just yank it and turn it around? Was like, yo, I'm just gonna wrestle I'm gonna fight in my draws real quick.
Yeah, my man had his tearaways balled up in his hands. That's crazy.
Yeah. like he's just out here with his drawers and his leather jacket. Just pissed right now.
You're madness.
But hey, I think this Drew McIntyre shit is a great way to cause some distinction in the ranks on Raw. I think this is a great opportunity for people to start looking at our man Jey Uso a bit funny again. Now remember, one of my predictions was, hey fam, we planned this shit all along.
Mm-hmm.
The elders was like, yo, Jay could go over there on Raw, get this world title. You be on SmackDown. Y'all both tribal chiefs, fam. There's room for multiple tribal chiefs in this family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
They started with 2, so you know.
Right, yeah. So we have you over there on SmackDown, you over there on Raw. Matter of fact, Jimmy, you go over there and make sure your brother's straight. Jimmy might be like, man, fuck, but all right, bro. All right, look, bro. You know, he might do some shit like that. But I think this is a great opportunity for Drew, or it could have been, of saying, hey, y'all trust this motherfucker? Oh, now he getting title matches. Y'all think the bloodline not smart? I thought it was a great opportunity to do that. But we got headbutts and draws. So I'm cool with that. But I disagree with you on who falls fast on the card.
Okay.
Disagree with you, and I believe it's LA Knight. The reason why I believe it's LA Knight, because we ain't seen this nigga.
See, I think that's on purpose, though.
Where? When you add CM Punk and Randy Orton, and you add Randy Orton to Raw. SmackDown, excuse me. I don't give a fuck about you no more, LA Knight. I don't. At least I don't. Yeah, I don't. Like, what? You gonna tag up with Randy Orton a couple of times to fight the bloodline? You gonna go save him when he getting jumped by 2 or 3 or whatever? What does that serve you? It does not serve you anything. And Logan Paul has the US title tournament that's going to happen. And I'll pull up the participants in a second. But just even to the point where we got to do a tournament. We got to do a tournament for this.
Yeah.
I don't care. Why?
I dig it, but you know what? Hear me out.
But wait.
Okay.
Here's the best part about it, because I pulled it up. Santos Escobar, Dragon Lee, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, Kevin Owens is possibly hurt.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he's in it or not. But Logan Paul did say an unknown superstar from NXT will be joining the field. I can see that being Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
And Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the best black wrestler in the world today right now is either Bobby Lashley or, man, I got to give props to today on the show, Swerve Strickland.
Okay.
Them two are it. Swerve is in his own tournament, kicking ass. Unfortunately, Bobby Lashley is going to lose by count out, a disqualification, or some faulty pin, because they don't want Bobby Lashley going up against Logan Paul.
Yeah, no.
So
the wrestling title is going to turn on Logan Paul for that.
Right. So let's look at this. I'm going to go through this list, and you tell me if you want to see this shit. You want to see Santos Escobar versus Logan Paul?
No, because they're on the same side now. No.
You want to see Dragon Lee versus Logan Paul?
Hey, hate me now. I don't want to see Dragon Lee the rest of this year.
We know about Bobby Lashley, so it's cool. You want to see Grayson Waller or Austin Theory against Logan Paul?
You know how I feel about Grayson Waller now. So I ain't gonna say no.
But they heels.
I know, but I would love it screams classic internet beef. It's like, yo, but I'm more famous than you. I'm about to give you the rub. Yeah, you moved to Puerto Rico. I'm the man in my country. Like it. Hey, man, Grayson Waller is the only one that can pull it off with Logan Paul. Pause.
I don't want to see Rick Martel versus Shawn Michaels again. I don't want to see just don't hit me in the face. I don't want to see that shit.
Right.
I don't want to see that shit.
Listen, again, out of all the heels, I give that, like, it to me, Grayson Waller versus Logan Paul is Gilly versus Joe Budden, $1 million worth of game versus the JBP. That's what that is to me. And I tuned in. All
right, well, we got one more person that we didn't name because I know how you feel about this person. You want to see Logan Paul versus Karrion Kross?
Nah. Hey, shout out to Dottie. He was like, they do the tournament to get Karrion Kross on TV.
That's your title contenders, fam. Those are your title contenders. LA Knight is nowhere on the fucking list.
So dig it. Yes. No, and I was concerned about that until I seen the end of SmackDown. Do you think, and I know this might sound crazy or might sound weird, instead of Carmelo Hayes, you think it'd be Trick Williams getting that spot since it's the US title?
No, I think it's gonna be Melo.
Okay. I mean, again, I think we win another superstar, black superstar on the main roster. I think we win either way, but I don't know. It feels like Carmelo Hayes getting called up for that tournament. One, I do expect him to wash unless he got to face Bobby Lashley, but it's like, damn. Like, it seems like he's kind of above it based on who he is in NXT, but I could be wrong.
He's in that Iron, like Trick is in that Iron Survivors tournament. So this is probably the best, either him or Braun Breaker.
I see Braun Breaker, I could see.
But Braun Breaker is in that tournament too. So it's really between those two. What might happen. But I think it's Melo. I think it's Melo. And actually, I wouldn't actually mind seeing Melo versus a Logan Paul more than I would like to see anybody else. I definitely don't want to see Karrion Kross.
No, Karrion Kross is getting eliminated because and his first match, Bobby Lashley.
I gotta see the joint, but what I would rather see is LA Knight go and beat the shit out of Karrion Kross. That's what I'd rather see. I'd rather see, LA Knight beat the shit out of Karrion Kross. Yeah.
Hey, listen.
And
hear me out.
This
is where I was going to go with LA Knight.
Yeah.
LA Knight has now been de facto to the 1993 Randy Macho Man Savage contract. All right. He's here to get a pop, do promo. He's doing Slim Jim commercials. If you need him, he'll wrestle. But because listen, I mean, we got to be real here also, man. LA Knight didn't get hot by wrestling. So I can't say he falling on the card because one week, people just decided, we fuck with LA Knight. They just decided 1 week. And I said, I mean, no matter, it didn't, I looked crazy for a year. I looked crazy. So, and then all of a sudden, everybody was just like, LA Knight, and it went up. So what are they doing? They putting them on TV. They putting them on interviews. They put them in commercials. He's driving the exclusive car to the arena. He ain't did nothing anyway. so I mean, hey, and the thing is, his notable moment, losing the Roman Reigns at Saudi Mania 5. That's what he did this year. That's the notable thing. So, I mean, hey, and look, and what and by the time we get to the end of this year, Roman Reigns will be in wrestled 7 times. So he's in the literal lucky 7 of people that lost to Roman Reigns this year. I don't think you can drop him off the card because he got the Macho Man contract right now. Like, Macho Man lost to Hogan, but he helped Sergeant Slaughter win the world title, and then he started doing Slim Jim commercials. That's what happened. So I mean, I don't think he can drop off the card because he's yet to wrestle 4 times a month and win.
And also, I think that for the Drew McIntyre case, Drew McIntyre is about to go up against Seth Rollins for the title.
A little ass and boots on
her. he about to go against Randy Orton. He's about to go up against, not Randy Orton, excuse me. He's about to go up against Seth Rollins for the title. Hey, I think that's what's about to happen. Like, matter of fact, here's my one guarantee. My guarantee is it's going to be a triple threat match at the Royal Rumble for Seth Rollins World Heavyweight Championship. I think it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins, and that's going to be your WWE World Championship main event at the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
You know, because he's going to whoop both of their ass. Like,
it's like, all right,
you don't want to give me a title shot? All right, well, Claymore for you. Claymore for you. I'll see y'all in Tampa or St. Petersburg or wherever that shit is at.
Hey, and long form storytelling, that's where he was supposed to defend or win his WrestleMania title.
Oh,
yeah. Night one was Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre in Tampa for the World Heavyweight Champion. That's what the match was. So you might be onto something. You might have just called it without calling it.
Now he's still gonna lose.
But at least he got the moment.
Yes. Because my other one is to answer Donnie's question right here. But not this one. When do y'all think Royal Rumble?
Okay.
Now he's not gonna go. So y'all know Damian Priest is not gonna go into WrestleMania, the champion. Seth gonna get the belt back.
So dig it.
But at the Royal Rumble, my guarantee at the Royal Rumble, Seth will defeat Drew McIntyre and Jey Uso for the WWE World Championship. But Damian Priest is gonna cash in.
So dig it. I also want to answer Donnie with my guarantee for this week, and I'm so glad he said it. Take a little sting away from the shock value about what I'm about to say here, but check it out. I don't have a weak PLE or whatever, but what I do believe is happening is this. I got Cody Rhodes winning the World Heavyweight Championship off of whomever. May it be Seth Rollins, may it be Drew McIntyre, whoever it is. But then I got, as soon as the story is complete, Judgment Day comes out there, beats his ass, Damian Priest cash ins, and his story lasts about 20 seconds. That's what I got. I got this. Hey, yeah, story is over, motherfucker, because you got the belt. I'm taking it from you. Get up out of here. It's a wrap for all of that. And then because it gives the right reset for him to go get the real belt from the real story. Like, yo, no, Cody don't count. So let me take that off you, cuz. And then you can now get your ass to SmackDown and do whatever you need to do, because Judgment Day got this belt on Raw. That's what we do over here. That's what I got.
First Black Champ, make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download, wherever you get your favorite podcast. Barbershop Digital is the home. Y'all make sure y'all follow us at the FBC. CM Punk had his first promo back in the WWE. He still look good, y'all. He still look good. He still that WWE camera is something different with the WWE camera, fam. But he had a promo where, you know, basically said, I've changed. You know, I've changed, you know, and this is where I belong. I told y'all that last week. This is where CM Punk belongs, y'all. And you know, his reasoning is different than mine, you know, but this is where CM Punk belongs. But at the end of the promo, he looked directly in the camera. He said, I ain't here to make friends. I'm here to make money. Now, of course, I know that's storyline driven. I know that's a complete shot at Seth Rollins due to Seth Rollins' promo before he got interrupted by Drew McIntyre. So it seems like it's a foregone conclusion that it's Seth Rollins versus CM Punk first. But when does that happen? Does that happen before Royal Rumble, which means we might not see CM Punk in the actual ring until what? Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Or does it happen after the Royal Rumble, which means WrestleMania time? We get to see the match that I believe that should definitely happen, because I can't wait to hear the promos. I can't. Matter of fact, it's something that you said last week about Matt Hardy and Edge. This is Matt Hardy and Edge if the people are higher on the card. This is the Matt Hardy and Edge go back to the Indies bitch that you will definitely want to see, considering the two superstars, the level of superstardom, and the match that is gonna happen, where it's gonna happen at. So it's a foregone conclusion, or is it to you a foregone conclusion that night one at WrestleMania we're gonna see CM Punk, Seth Rollins World Championship match, and quite possibly the most heated, tense main event match in WrestleMania history?
It's possible, but I don't quite believe it. Only because, hey, and look, man, I know hierarchies are not meant to be respected when you got superstars in the building. I mean, hey, look, if the first time you even learned that was when Brock Lesnar just decided to walk down to the Money in the Bank match and win it, I learned that at WrestleMania 9 when Hulk Hogan just happened to be like, hey, yo, Brett, hey, bro, you see what that big ass was Samoan did to you? I got to do it, brother. I got to take him down. And Bret Hart was like,
I got to win this title for us.
I got to wash my face.
I got to win this title for us.
Yeah. It was like, for us? Huh? And so I knew it then. I was like, oh, so it ain't no rules. Like, if Hulk Hogan just want the title, he can go down there and get it. Okay, bet. Bet. All right, cool. We clear. So I'm not trying to take CM Punk out of these main events and out of these matches because they're obviously gearing up for him to do something big. I'll just be honest with you, Bang. I don't believe in none of it because it's so funny. Because this CM Punk is literally hating everything I was and becoming everything I said I despised. To me, personally, I think now he really just walked back his entire pipe bomb, especially with what he said off camera. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. It's like, bro, you were the main one talking about it's only money that makes John Cena better than you. That's what you said. Like, bro, you had something to say about The Rock. You had something to say about Triple H because they were top billing. They got all the money and they got all the opportunities. And now you essentially said in your promo, you wanted to be them while saying that you are home. The same home that you tried to kill the founder in. That's what you did. So I looked at that shit a lot different. I felt the kind of way because it was like, oh, man, you're not standing on business. Like, you didn't really, like, life has humbled you. You know what I'm saying? Life has humbled you to the point where you don't even believe what you said 10 years ago. And truth be told, that was the moment that made you the star you are today. That's the one. Because he wasn't the champ before that happened. He just said, I'm going to go to this pay-per-view, because it was pay-per-views at the time, ladies and gentlemen. And he said, I will beat John Cena, and become the WWE Heavyweight Championship. And you said that with a Stone Cold shirt on, and then you ripped apart the top stars. You bigged up Daniel Bryan and like Mojo Rawley or somebody else. I don't remember. Zack Ryder, it might have been, for them being the boys in the back that are champions, and you're the voice of the voiceless, and you're here to do wrestling. And now you literally just came back 10 years later with the new cameras on your face. You look as sober as you say you are in real life. And now you're telling me, yo, I want to be John Cena. I want to be The Rock.
He also told you in that original promo that he wanted the ice cream bars.
Yeah. Where's my ice cream bar? Yeah, hey, look, George the Animal still got one, so I let him rock.
Yeah, George Animal still, Honky Tonk Man.
Of course, Hogan, I think Jimmy Hart.
Hogan.
Coco Beware had one.
He did?
Mm-hmm. I got that at Food Bonanza. I walked and I grabbed the last three, and Coco Beware was on one of them.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake? For
sure.
Did I say Roddy Piper?
No, but he was one also.
Ultimate Warrior.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so hey, look,
ice cream bar. If the WWE if they brought back the ice cream bars, like who's the top 8 ice cream bars?
Bailey, Bianca Belair, got that.
Io Sky.
Yeah, Io Sky. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I'm sure Becky Lynch is gonna get, she's gonna make the top 8. She's gonna make the top 8. You know what I'm saying? That Raquel Rodriguez, that one's gonna be up there. Nia Jax.
We picked no males, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. No males.
Yeah.
For this ice cream bar.
Top 8.
Top 8. MySpace. So now that CM Punk is just in there,
Tiffany.
yeah.
Turn that up.
Yup. Kayla Braxton.
Oh yeah, we turn that Kayla.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. First black champ.
Now that CM Punk is back, I saw a report that his first feud was going to be Seth Rollins, which, when you see Seth Rollins getting his ass beat by Drew McIntyre, it's not going to happen anytime soon. So It's definitely interesting to see when he's actually going to make an appearance in the ring. He's going to be on SmackDown next Friday. Don't think Roman Reigns is going to be there, so you have that too. But they said that Roman Reigns is also on the docket for CM Punk. Clearly, that's not going to happen at WrestleMania.
No.
But when would you like to see Roman Reigns versus CM Punk?
I kind of, you know what?
Matter of fact, let me rephrase that question.
Mm-hmm.
When would you like to see it? And because the possibility of the story ending with Cody Rhodes winning the championship, let's even put that into play. Does it matter or not if Roman Reigns versus CM Punk is for the Universal Championship?
Oh, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. And the reason why it absolutely matters, and this is why I'm trying to put a good timeline on it, because I immediately went to SummerSlam, but you probably got to do it a little earlier. The only reason why I don't say WrestleMania is because I want to hear the promo where CM Punk has been back for at least 6 months and has been cooking, but it ain't what it was. And I want Roman Reigns to speak to that. I want him to be like, hey, you're back, great. Now you want to be me. That's awesome. Like, look, bro, like, you were talking all this cash shit when you were here about wanting to be the wrestler's wrestler, but now you're dying to be me, and you can't even get to the top of the card until I start talking. I focus on you. Like, I want those promos. I want, like, you came back and you not him. And you not even him with the new hymns. Like, you were worried about John Cena, Kurt Angle, Randy Orton, and Triple H when you left. and now it's me, it's Cody, it's Roman, and Drew in your way. Like I want him to do that. Like, yo, my cousin's in your way. Like that's the promo that I want Roman Reigns to cut. So I want the build. I want CM Punk to get a few moments, have a few matches. Hey, get some solid victories. But when it comes to Roman Reigns, like I literally want him to take the roughest defecation possible on his return and to be like, yo, you need this and you need to beat me and you can't. That's what I want from Roman Reigns.
So it's going to happen at SummerSlam. It's going to happen at SummerSlam. And I'm going to be there for this one. I'm going to be there for this one. Because here's something that I don't think people have talked about enough. CM Punk didn't lose the title when he left AEW the first time.
True.
And he didn't lose the title the second time he got ousted, which is the final time. CM Punk is the uncrowned AEW World Champion if you follow Wrestle Rules.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He's the uncrowned champion. So this has to happen with the belt on the line. Because CM Punk can say, fam, I ain't lose the belt where I was at. You still got it. Want to take all? It's like Tyson Fury, ladies and gentlemen. Tyson Fury, ladies and gentlemen, right? Tyson Fury has the WBC World Championship. He has the Ring. I think he's the Ring Magazine champion. But he's also the lineal heavyweight champion. Use some shit like that. I mean, you obviously not going to bring the AEW belt with you. You're not going to Ric Flair the situation here.
Yeah.
But no, to me, it has to happen with the belt on the line. Hell, I wouldn't mind seeing CM Punk take the belt off of Cody Rhodes if it has to. The issue that I have here is, and this is just being honest, y'all. Do we really want Roman Reigns to be the champ after WrestleMania? I don't. I, for one, am ready for him to relinquish the title and go on a break and then come back after some time off. Whether it be a heel, whether it be a face, I don't care. But it's time. So while he could get it back at SummerSlam, he could get his Hulk Hogan on. No, Hulk Hogan lost the belt, filmed a couple of movies, came back, took the belt off of Macho Man. Somebody got to take that belt off of Buddy ass at WrestleMania. Because I'm ready.
Hey, again, that's why my pick is Randy Orton. Like I agree with you. Because again, if we're not going to make the stories around him interesting, then this is a wash. I see a trilogy, but I see the closeout being Randy Orton beating Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And the trade is Randy Orton, who was once the youngest WWE champion in history, has now beaten the longest reigning WWE champion in the modern era. And he's the 15-time World Heavyweight Champion. It all that's making it make sense. To just be real. And again, I don't have a problem with Cody. We love Cody on this show. But Cody winning it for Dusty ain't the story that Roman Reigns need to drop the title to, no matter how much he respected Dusty. That's just not the story. CM Punk coming back and winning the title off of Roman Reigns. Let's just be honest. We just don't believe that. We just don't believe that. I would have accepted Seth Rollins, but they don't want to do it. So that leaves Randy Orton. John Cena been getting washed by Roman Reigns for about 5 years now. That ain't happening. Like Triple H has respected his squads and being like, you know what, I'm good. Because there's a world where Triple H would have tried to come back and take that title off from Roman Reigns. And thank God he ain't trying. So again, we are back. Oh, wait. There's a dark horse, but they ain't gonna do it. But the other dark horse is making a three-time Black World Wrestling Federation or Entertainment, because I'm going back, champion, and letting Bobby Lashley beat him at WrestleMania. Well, and it makes sense based on how Brooklyn reacted, and he healed out. But they're not going to do it. So they literally all roads lead back to Randy Orton. My 3 picks, and they've been pretty consistent over the last 500 days or more. Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, Randy Orton. Those are the only 3 picks. That's it. I don't care who else come back, whether from another company or from the grave or via hologram. I don't care who it is. Those are the only 3 options to take the belt off of Roman Reigns right now. You can book it. I don't know what PLE, but it's Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, or Randy Orton. I got them in that order, 3-1. Get happy, get ready, but that's it.
See, on the flip side, and I'm going to go back to what I said in the earlier episode right here on First Black Champ. Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns, and it's a double turn. Because now you start to be sympathetic to Roman as he's gone for about a month or 2. Whereas Cody becomes the champ, and now he changes. Because he's never been that. And Cody becomes Homelander. Y'all watch The Boys. Y'all, or at least saw the trailer that came out yesterday, which ended with a whole bunch of blood on his face. Oh, Cody, and you look at Cody's jacket. Cody's Homelander. Eventually, the double turn has to happen. And eventually, Cody has to be what he tries to tell people he's not. Because he's going to realize that you probably have to be that to keep that belt or that title in the first place. Roman comes back. The family is good. Love each other. Cody, on the other hand, Cody's Homelander. And he might have some misfits that'll help him keep what he feels like rightfully belongs to him and his family in the first place. All right, man, before we get out of here, let's talk about Bobby Lashley, man, because you let some tweets off. I saw while we were doing the show.
Yeah, man.
This morning while I was doing the show. And Donnie, I'll answer that question in a minute, because of TV stuff. But Bobby Lashley, man, you threw out the tweet that said, man, he's the greatest Black wrestler of all time.
Yeah, man.
Why Bobby Lashley? Rob Roberto.
Yes.
The African and the Panamanian great.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even though I said may go down, in my heart, I truly believe that Bobby Lashley is the greatest Black wrestler of all time, is because we have never, at least my era and the era before me, we've never seen a run like this. And I am having all the respect in the world for Big Cat Ernie Ladd. I'm having all the respect in the world for Tony Latlis and Rocky Johnson, and also the Junkyard Dog. And I get that, when it was territory days, those guys did sellouts and they were the main events. They were the headliners and the world champions. But if we're talking about the levels, Bobby Lashley is virtually making history every year. in some way, shape, or form by just being a black wrestler being presented to the WWE. To this day, I don't know how Vince McMahon decided that he wanted to offer Bobby Lashley a WWE contract. I don't know why. I don't know what his affinity for the man is. But even in his absence, Bobby Lashley is just the guy. He is the guy that white people love, and black people just need to support a whole lot more. Be very clear. He is the only two-time WWE Black American wrestler ever. Ever. He shut down Brooklyn, and he wouldn't even wrestle for a title. He shut down Brooklyn beating up Butch. That's what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, him and MVP, respectfully, got three black wrestlers and a faction, a black faction over, all in one pandemic. All right? You dig what I'm saying?
They want it back together.
Man, you dig what I'm saying? You got to really sit and recognize, like it's one of those things, right? Bobby Lashley's not necessarily Wilt Chamberlain, but he could be Dr. J. And for a lot of OGs, even the ones that seen Jordan, they like, yo, it wasn't nothing like seeing Dr. J at the Spectrum. Like that, and that's just that. Dr. J is the GOAT to me, and that's just what it is. Dr. J is the guy that Jordan watched and was like, yo, no, that's the dude I'm trying to be like. Now, of course, he supersedes it accolades-wise, but the thing is, that's how I feel. I feel like Bobby Lashley is like the Dr. J of wrestling right now, except he's got the flowers and he's got the accolades to kind of back it up. Multiple-time U.S. champion. I think he's been a tag team champion, Intercontinental champion. He's been in the main event of WrestleMania without a belt, and with Donald Trump. But hey, you know, my split hairs, and you know what I'm saying. And I also think, and I'm not trying to turn this into what black wrestler does what for black people, but you know, even though we hear from Mark Henry and we hear from Booker T about who they're helping and how they're, you know, and we hear the stories about who they assisted and put into place. Next to MVP, Bobby Lashley is the only other guy that's black, that just so happens to be black, that will take the other wrestlers, and whether he's beating them up, tagging them with them, or putting them in the faction, you see the difference in what that does for their career.
Hey, man, he got B-Fab standing next to him now. We
thought
for
an extra 2 weeks. Right. And he did that after they gave away the guy that was supposed to be the future of not only that faction, but what they felt was going to be Hit Row moving forward and Top Dollar. They had real money on Top Dollar. And then they decided to make that withdrawal. So it's not just the in-ring perspective, even though that weighs heavy. It's not a 5-star match perspective. Just run Bobby Lashley's resume and realize he's on his third decade now. Also with that, I think in totality, I think he's in his third decade or approaching it. We have never seen a black wrestler do what Bobby Lashley has done, from the presentation to the fanfare, to the work behind the scenes, to the cultivating us, to the celebrating us, to the sheer force that exists around him. And for real, I'm being so dead serious when I say, yo, lock this in, cherish this, because we may not get it again. We may not get it again. But Bobby Lashley is what Earn Your Leisure be talking about. and Ian, the master investor, they be like, yo, black people need to help each other out. We need to all get rich. We need to all give the information and share the information and use the information to bring up more of us. Like Bobby Lashley is living it in wrestling. Wrestling, white ass, racist ass, discriminatory ass, sexist ass wrestling. So, man, just respect to the OG, the Lord, Bobby Lashley, man. He's the greatest ever on that black tip.
Sitting there watching Wrestle War 91. See if Vicious damn near killed Brian Pillman.
Yeah. Like twice.
Right now.
It's like he gave him a concussion and answered to break his back at the same time.
Here comes Elegante. And this shit's over, y'all. Great points. Great points indeed. Man, that's about it for the show, man. Yeah. I gave my guarantee MT.
Yes.
What about yours?
Man, I threw out so many, but let me stick with my joint here. I got Cody going over on Seth Rollins somewhere at some time, and then Judgment Day ruining his life and his story and making him restart his story by helping Damian Priest cash in that Money in the Bank and becoming the world heavyweight champion again. Damian Priest is my superstar of the year, Slammy Award winner if we doing that this year. So that's what I have as a definite. I mean, hey, you know what? My 2-part guarantee is that the Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns trilogy is going to be the best story told since Roman versus Jay, and the perfect way to close out the historic title reign of Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, and the Tribal Chief story and the Bloodline story. Those are my 2. And hey, let's just watch some wrestling.
Ooh. Sid looked at his ass when he played him like, you good, fam? Already said my guarantee. So to answer our man Donnie's question before we get out of here, does Roman move to Monday nights? Yes, after the TV deal though. When the TV deal comes through, and it actually happens, because I don't believe Raw is going to be on. Well, you know what? Let me rephrase that. No, let me say no.
Okay.
Because it's caveat here. One, I don't know if Monday Night Raw is going to be a thing, depending on where they go. That might change to Tuesday, depending on where they go. You know, that's one. You got to see what happens with this TV deal. But if this TV deal happens, it's probably Raw's not going to be on USA Network more than likely. There's a rumor that Warner Brothers is looking into buying the rights. So if that's the case, hey y'all, you might be seeing Raw on TNT, TBS. Now, I know,
Tony.
I know y'all like yo AEW over there. But their contract is running out with them. Their TV rights is running out. So with that being said, you know, there is a possibility. There is a possibility, if you look at the rumors, that the WWE could be selling the Raw television rights to Warner Brothers Discovery, Disney, or Amazon. All right. If it happens, especially when it comes to Disney, it's a possibility it might change for Monday. Either way it go, wherever the WWE sells their Raw rights, Roman Reigns will be there the first day as a member of that roster. Because why do I need to go to USA when we've already been there? I need to build up our database over here. And if it is Warner Brothers Discovery, damn.
Hey man, if something goes left with Tony Khan and his AEW deal because of the WWE deal, and all the internet rumors are true. Ski, 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 ski. And this is going to be a hellified day on X or Twitter. I'll be around for it.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, man. But I think we got to worry about if the show ends up staying on Mondays first.
Yeah.
But wherever that show goes, Roman Reigns is going. All right, man. So look, man, we thank y'all for joining the show and everything, and definitely keep up with us on Barbershop Digital. 2024 again. You know, hey man, you might have to pop out to an event or two. So
for sure,
y'all be on the lookout. But I pass it on over to my man Cam from the port.
Yes, man. As Bang just said, thank you all. Thank you all for getting up early with us and doing the show. And I say doing the show because when you submit the questions and when you add to the comments, we see it, we laugh, we try to incorporate as much as we can into the show that we already have set. And we thank you for the participation, man. Always the likes, the comments, the shares. All of it makes the FBC community what it is today. We always hope to grow it, but we definitely would not want to do it without all of you. So we sincerely thank you. And if you ever want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. Pick VP DOC, and we are out. We need those ice cream bars.
Yeah, we do. We definitely do.
That.
Oh, and I know it's not necessary. I know we normally end with "Fuck Johnny Wrestling," but I'm gonna end it with, "Hey, yo, Creed brothers, y'all got to do another finishing move because that finishing move y'all do, yo, that's just dangerous."
It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah,
but
that
hey,
motherfucker almost killed Giovanni.
I respect it though. They try to get called up. I respect it. But yo, be careful. Yeah, yo. Be careful. The tag is officially for y'all.